were discussed in closed meeting to which this certification resolution applies, and two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the New Kent County School Board.
Do I hear a motion to approve the certification of closed session?
By motion, we approve the certification of the closed session.
Second,
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
and Mr. Ball.
Aye. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda.
Oh, pleasure.
Pledge of Allegiance. Moving on to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Davis, for reminding me of that. Now we'll move to the consent agenda. Everyone has seen the minutes? Any questions or issues with that? Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I motion we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Can I second that motion?
Ms. Davis?
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
Mr. Ball.
Aye. And moving on to new business. Dr. Nichols?
Yes, sir. The first item is textbook appropriation. Mr. Ross Miller is going to be here to tell you a little bit more about this annual item.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Each spring, when we're going through textbook, especially in years where we're going through textbook adoption, we have funds fund balance that exists sort of on the county side, and we have to appropriate those funds into our textbook funds in order to make purchases for the summer. And so, as y'all are aware, you allowed us to adopt several new textbook series this upcoming year. So in order to make those purchases, we had said at the time, the money is there, but it just exists in this fund balance, and we just need to transfer those funds actually into the textbook line that we could then spend the money on. So it's for that, and then if you notice, we're also in a pre-K 1 classroom. We're going through a device refresh, but in doing so, we're actually reducing the number of devices that we have in those classes down to basically a small group level. And instead of right now, we have whole class sets, and we're actually going to reduce them down to basically to use as a small group, and then refresh with iPads versus the Chromebook tablets that we give them.
And board members, that's an ongoing, and we'll talk about it more coming back to school, is distancing ourselves from devices whenever we can. Just an ongoing movement that we've been on. So going from class sets to small 5 and 6 is part of that effort. But you'll hear more about that and sort of our back to school plans. We're excited to step away.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
Great. Mr. Chair, I do have one question if I may.
Please.
Can you explain just a little bit of the benefit of using iPads over Chromebooks for smaller children?
Yes, Ross.
Sorry, yes, I could definitely share there. So especially for small children, having more of a touch device versus a keyboard is much easier for them to use. The iPads are much more intuitive with just basically you have a device, has an app, you click on it, they open, and just easier versus navigating with Chromebook is a little bit more complex.
App management is better. I said yes, Ross. Ross is a Google person and not an Apple person, so that's why.
It pains me a little bit to say.
That's why I love it.
Apple product, but
That's why I love he had to. That's why I wanted him to answer.
I'm the Google team.
Why iPad is better.
But I do acknowledge that there are areas in which Apple excels. There's a few.
Thank you for going on the record, Ross.
Yeah.
It's a good stuff.
So there is hope.
Mr. Chair, I do have a question.
Yes, please.
So what are they doing with the Chromebooks that they're getting rid of?
Mr. Terry.
Yes, ma'am. So currently the Chromebooks that we're using in those grade levels are from the prior lease. They're older devices. And the kindergartners had tablets, Lenovo tablets that the teachers and the students did not really enjoy. And we're at year 4 of those. So it is time to replace it. So yeah, we're gonna surplus those units. They are beyond their end of life. But we were really cobbling along those lower grade levels. I don't know if you remember when we presented the lease initially, we didn't have a plan for pre-K 1 and 2, and we've actually pushed those devices down to grade 2 that we ended up on that other lease. So now we're filling the gaps for pre-K, K, and 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is up for vote this evening, so I'll bring that to you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
All right, your next report, it does have my name on it. Okay. I'm pinch hitting tonight for both Ms. Morgan and Mr. Hoffman. So the next few are mine. The first one we want to do is a CIP transfer for facilities. Board members, we come to you every year at this time with several transfers as we're closing out the year. This is a big one I'm very excited about because we've talked about this several times, and I think this is really going to move our capital improvement plan forward. And this was a big one that Mr. Reimer often talks about. So we've been talking about, and as part of our strategic plan, to do a comprehensive, I lost the words, a comprehensive study of all of our facilities. So a facility assessment study. So what they will do is come in and inventory every single piece of equipment, determine its lifespan, where it is in that lifespan, and replacement for it. So think about the thousands of HVAC units and all the components and all of those different things. Each one will be barcoded. So when we go to repair it, our guys will be able to barcode it. So we will be able to go, we're spending 10 times the amount at New Kent Elementary, for example, than we are at this school. So we're going to have some much better data and be able to really put out a robust 10-year plan of all things facility wise. So this is what allows us to do that. So
That'll help us with the budget as
Yes,
well.
sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
We'll
good.
go from a break fix model to having really a 10-year plan.
Yeah, history.
Yes, sir. So that is the transfer that allows us to move forward on that. And that is coming from our CIP set aside, which is where that resides. This is a project we've talked about several times. We're ready to move on it.
Okay.
Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Mr. Jarrett,
Sure.
is this something that was put out for an RFI, like maybe not RFI, but
Yes,
was it sent out for different
Ed.
quotes? Thank
Yeah.
you. That's
Mhm.
okay.
yes, ma'am. Great questions.
Anyone else? Okay, sir.
All right, the next one is the CIP Transfer for Security Grant. So as you know, board members, we often get security grants. We can try to compete for everything. They have matches associated with it. So at the end of the year, we work through that match and we do it in various ways. That the appropriation you have in front of you allows us to do the PA system at New Kent Middle School, which has been significantly upgraded, and also cameras at New Kent High School. So this is that share of that appropriation. So I'll be happy to answer any questions you have related to that, but that is the match that is required.
Board members, anyone have a question? No? Thank you, sir.
All right.
You'll continue.
Your final transfer in June is appropriation of funds for furniture. So we've built into the budget moving forward a furniture line item. You remember that was a big step for us. We're still playing some catch up when it comes to furniture. We're also adding some additional classrooms this year, which require us to add classroom sets of furniture. So this is a combination of replacements and additions across New Kent Elementary, George Watkins, New Kent Middle School, and the high school. So we're doing this now because we're trying to get it in for the start of school, which is
Makes
not an
sense.
easy process. We're threading the needle with this a little bit. But it also gets us into that replacement cycle for furniture. So you'll see the facilities and the furniture replacement cycles dovetail together. But this gets us moving in that direction. It also includes $56,000 worth of furniture that we did at the middle school this year, replacements of desks and chairs. So it's us coming back to appropriate that money. So, 144,000 is forward facing, and then the 56 is for the, furniture at the middle school. So,
Mr. Chair, Dr. Nichols, so the furniture that you're replacing, is any of it like sellable to get done?
if we're at the point that we're replacing it is not salvageable, but anything that is, we have a process to try to get a little bit back. Mr. Terry talked about surplus, so we do
Yeah.
sort of the same thing.
Mhm.
But oftentimes when we're at end of life, it really is end of life. We have had some successes when we replace cafeteria tables and different things like that. You typically turn it. This is more desk and chairs.
Okay, yeah.
But we do have some big plans for furniture moving forward, including the high school library and the cafeteria at George Watkins. So that's the forward phase. So those are the transfer requests that I have for you, board members.
Anyone else? Questions?
No.
Okay, sir. It looks like
Yes, sir.
you're again for
So
VSBA
it is
policy.
Policy updates. So this is the first read, so I won't get too in depth because you have the time between this meeting and the next meeting to really work through them. Most of them are formatting, cross references, and administrative changes. Administrative changes can be a word change, or a comma change, and we go back and forth on that. So you have both the summary, which tells you what the change is, and you have the full policy. Ms. Davis has done a nice job on Board Docs when you log in. Under draft policies, you can see them and kind of see the red lines and all of that. And that allows us to seamlessly push them over into real policy so we can stay up to date. We were able to do that with the last set that you guys put forward. The big lift on policies is going to come in the next one because the General Assembly has enacted hundreds of new laws and regulations, and all of those will require different codes.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, so, but if you have any questions now or in between, please reach out and we'll work through those. If you have any difficulty with Board Docs or getting into policies, Ms. Davis and I can help you navigate that too. It's been kind of a game changer for us, and we will shift from Board Docs to Diligent Community. Diligent is the parent company.
So nice.
In September 1st, so it's actually gonna look better, run better, and do those things. We'll keep you updated with that, but it's you remember how long it took us to transfer over policies?
Yes.
This is much more seamless, so we're excited.
Press of a button. That's what we love that. Okay,
Mr.
any,
Chair, sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
In looking through it today, there was one policy that I found that isn't currently part of our policy.
Yes, it's a new policy.
So I didn't know if that was, I mean, it's,
You have a new policy, and then you also
Interesting
have
thing,
two
but-
that are being merged together.
okay,
So, so we leave all that, if you look through our policies right now, we leave all that there until the board acts, but they will be over in the draft policy.
okay.
Yes,
And then there was a couple like in times past where it's option 1 or option 2. Is there any way to just have
Yeah.
something in there that says
The
this,
option that we're
we
recommending.
use the
Yes,
this option?
absolutely.
That way we can just focus on that one when we're reviewing it.
Yeah, so BBC option 1 or
Mhm.
option 2.
Yep.
The preferred option. Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
We'll get that to you so you guys know which option we're
Proposing.
Do that.
Perfect.
forward.
And then one of the other policies that is just being revised, I mean, just amended with a new code,
Yes,
is the policy that we passed as a board when we were first brought on.
Mhm.
So I just want to make sure that that remains, but that the policy we implemented is just updated with the proper code, and that was the
Mr. Buffy,
teaching
do you
of
have-
controversial issues.
do you have the letters with that?
Do I have the letters?
Do you-
It's teaching of controversial and
Yes, yeah,
That's-
we're-
Yeah,
updated.
INB.
I,
Thank you.
yeah, so we're keeping our original policy and then, yeah,
Perfect.
so,
Because it's our policy has some of theirs and then a
Right.
chunk of ours. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Dr. Nichols, remember the last batch that we
Yes, ma'am.
approved and we approved because it was second read, but it's a similar situation where there were some that we had to select A or
Yes,
B or fill in. We need to get that done.
okay.
Yeah,
I think that was what Mr. Dombrowski was.
right.
point.
referring
Oh,
to.
I didn't read, because this is a second, right, this is a second batch that we haven't.
Yeah.
approved
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, so
We can
before the
make that
second
note moving
read.
Forward when it says option 1, or
Yeah.
option A,
Yeah.
that which one we're recommending,
Mhm.
with it, so.
Now, will we, have we decided to put these will we discuss these at the retreat?
We can discuss them at the retreat and vote on them at the retreat, so I'm not opposed to that, I'll defer to the
Okay.
board.
Yeah, just
Can
get
we
it done.
legally vote on things at retreats? Does that matter?
Sorry.
Can we
It's a-
legally vote
yeah.
on things?
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
It's a
Yeah,
public
'cause
meeting.
We will
Yeah.
do a public, notice.
Yeah, public notice will be sent
It
out
is a
just as
retreat, but you
it
can
would,
take action.
yeah,
Great
All
question.
public
That's a
is
good question.
invited.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
project,
So real quickly on the three of these, board members, so Project New Canaan Elementary, we talked about this last time, that the Board of Supervisors has moved forward with funding for the new school project as part of their budget, which is very exciting. We're at, Mr. Hathaway and I have a meeting next week, where I hope we're gonna talk more about location, because that is where, we're at with that.
do we have any update on that
No, sir, that's, yeah, his meeting. he and
until
I-
that meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So I'll have an update for you at the retreat.
excellent.
I'll let you know ahead of that, but strategic plan update, we had a great day with leadership across Newport, leadership across our school division. We were in this room and I'm visualizing because we had chart paper everywhere. So we've really dissected the strategic plan and put together a project list for next year. So we're excited. I'm gonna bring some of that to you at the retreat as well. And talk about here's our focus in moving that strategic plan, and then kind of dovetail that into some quarterly updates with student achievement data, facility data, communication data, and all that kind of stuff. So really make that actionable. So it was a really exciting piece. And then policy, we don't have any new policies we're recommending outside of the policy. So, board members, it may be worth considering at the retreat, this section of the agenda and how that still fits or doesn't. So but I'll talk about that more.
Mr. Chair, may
Sure.
I ask a question of clarification, just that
Yeah.
section in general, maybe not having it on the
Well, because we do
agenda?
strategic plan in other places and
Oh, I
we
see what
do
you're saying.
policy in other places. So
Okay.
sometimes when we get there, it's like we just had a policy discussion. Does it make sense there?
Sure.
Anytime we use an agenda daily or it's worth kind of just reconsidering. So I have some ideas and some long range forecasts, which I think you guys will be excited about, kind of shifting a piece. So just putting that on your radar.
Sure.
Okay. Unfinished business? Mr. Miller?
Good evening again. Last month I came before you and went over titles 1, 2, 3, and 4. And just as a quick reminder what those each has to do with. The title 1 is we use it to provide intervention in our classrooms at elementary level. One big change this year is we are applying for a waiver to allow us to extend basically back to Watkins and start funding position there and some materials there as well. And so that's, when you look at the documentation, there's this extra document, looks kind of weird. It's actually the form for the waiver. We have to have it on our agenda as part of our public meeting. Title 2 is for professional development. We use that for providing tuition assistance, conferences, and then provide funding some different professional stuff, development stuff that we do. Title 3 is for ESL, and Title 4 is for STEM and STEAM and career planning stuff. So, have any questions? Happy to go over it, but I didn't get any questions in the last month, so
Any questions? Anyone? Okay, thank you, sir.
thank you.
Appreciate it. And Dr. Nichols, I believe
Code of
you're,
conduct, yes. So this is a code of conduct second read. We did get some feedback at our last board meeting from you guys, and also had several meetings with some parents. So we wanted to provide some updates. So one of the pieces of feedback we had is we were using an abbreviated version of the SBAR description. So we get that from the state. So we are using the full version of the description so that it is in detail. That was really, it was brought to us and we're like, that makes a lot of sense. We need to make sure we have that. Another thing that we're starting to do, board members, remember when you're doing the code of conduct, it typically has a wide range of consequences from 1 to 4, 1 to 6. We're going to tighten those guardrails on a couple things. And we'll bring you more information. We're working through that in the summer, specifically 2. One is around any sort of hate speech, and the other is around any sort of physical altercation. So what I mean by that, board members, is it could be first time for a student 5th through 12th or whatever is going to be an automatic suspension, like no tolerance for that kind of behavior in New Canaan. second version is this, and third version. So parents and everybody know there is no gray in this because it is egregious and it will not be tolerated. So we're gonna tighten those guardrails there, train administrators and staff coming back about those minimum consequences for those pieces. So that is, and the third one, board members, wrong way, there you go, no, keep going back. Yeah, one more. So the third one is we had a conversation, there's some questions around AI. So our approach to AI, we're using the SBARs that we get from the state, is so if a student uses AI, so artificial intelligence, for cheating, we code it as cheating. That is what they're doing. And in the description, we put that they used AI for this. So if a student uses AI for cyberbullying, we're going to code it as the thing, cyberbullying, and make sure we have that description. So then we'll be able to pull AI related offenses, but it's still going back to the right code for what the offense was. Does that make sense? I know that's probably a topic we're going to tackle at our retreat as well.
Yes, we're
But
gonna,
I just wanted to clarify that because we had a couple AI related questions, and how we're doing that. So AI is the tool. We code it as the offense and make sure we include it in the description. So those are two of the clearest examples I can use related to AI, but as it evolves, we'll have to as well.
Mr. Chair, if I may ask
Sure.
just a quick question. Can you remind me, do we have an AI policy enforced yet, or are we still working on it?
So we have AI guidelines that we have in place. So we are working through the potential of an AI policy. One of the things around AI policy is that it is evolving so fast.
Sure.
So I know Ms. Cunha attended a couple workshops related to it, is building a policy that is not timeless, but will stay for a minute. So that's sort of the difficult piece, but Ross and I are talking about the retreat and kind of what we're going to bring and share. And then I know board members have knowledge and expertise around it as well. So it may be something that we take on in terms of policy. There are some examples that we can bring of people that put that policy in place. Where it really gets traction is how we're going to regulate that on the student side and the teacher side. So,
Yeah. and I think definitions are gonna be
Yes, sir.
imperative. Bullying is pretty broad spectrum. And there are specific things in there that may be more egregious. That really rise above that common term.
Yeah.
We'll probably want to look at those.
And we want to make sure that our administrators have the definitions, the right definitions, and our staff and our families as well for those things. Like, what does that really mean? Because using the term bullying can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So what is the definition? So we're all on the same page because it happens, we want to take action.
And I think also using consistent language,
Yes,
right,
yes.
across the board, so there's no confusion.
Mhm. Yep, consistent language and consistent consequences.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
this minimum consequences piece that we're doing, we think has some potential for some other areas, but we'd like to start here. And then kind of bring more recommendations back to you. So just tightening those guardrails for some of those pieces. And then that leads to consistency. If you do this
Right, yeah.
as a sixth grader, this is what happens. If you do it as and then when you go to high school,
Sure.
so just kind of building that in.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Any other questions?
So the next slide is just a reminder of some changes that we've made. Interfering with learning in class, we added the level 3, which is a suspension. BSC and BS2 are alcohol-related offenses that would add contact with the school resource officer. So we wanted that. We do that, but we wanted that in print there. And this is not new. This was in the previous one. I just wanted to bring it back to you. Bullying after intervention. So an intervention has been in place, level 5, which is a stronger suspension with greater consequences. Causes substantial disturbance, adding level 4, and then hate speech, making sure there's a level 4 there as well. So beyond 10 days, if it becomes a repeated thing that somebody does, we just want to have the leeway that maybe there's an alternative placement than where you are right now. So just making sure that we can hold true to the promises that we're making, allowing us to add that level there. So just taking a stronger stance on a few things, or at least having the ability to do that. But we'll communicate that to staff and most importantly, communicate that to families as well, so that they know the change.
And once again, if we could go back. Yeah. I see at least 2 of those categories BSC 6, RB 8.
Yep.
That can be broken out and defined more definitively.
Yes, sir.
Is it a race issue? Is it a anti-Semitic issue? Is is bullying? Is it something more succinct? And I think at that we may want to look at breaking out in different levels
Absolutely. So
of that.
the SBAR that I referenced in the beginning and going away from the abbreviated description to the full description will provide more of that, but we can look at even providing breaking it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir. I just grabbed you the sort of the summary.
Yeah. No, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We'll
That's a good
discuss
point.
that in greater detail.
Great point. So just a reminder of the 5 sections for behavior violations, your SBAR, you have behaviors that impede academic progress, behaviors related to operations, relationship behaviors, safety behaviors, from classroom intervention to lower level, moderate, and we have those defined as well in the code of conduct. So just doing the summary piece as the second move. These are just the different pieces, just showing you what we're adding. So if you don't have any specific questions related to those, that is the summary slide that I showed you before. So,
Okay.
but that's also available on Bookboard Docs, so public facing, you can kind of dive in and see those pieces. But once again, we do have the Code of Conduct Committee, and we're always looking for more people to participate in that code of conduct. So be looking for an all call for that going into next school year. So, and that's students, staff, families, and more. So we want as many eyes and help as possible.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions, comments?
No.
Okay.
So budget review. This is me pitch hitting for any more time. We did really hope to have more of a budget update from you. The state is now, House and Senate are coming back in late June to reconvene. So you do know they're on the clock of June 30. If a budget is not finalized and signed off by the governor, there is a potential for a Virginia shutdown, which has not happened, I believe, in history. So they're kind of backing themselves into a corner, and really we're being held because we don't have a state number. So we have passed the budget. We've adopted the budget. We thank you for that. We're able to issue contracts and to be able to do those things, but without having the state number, which is the majority of our budget, still we still have no real net right now. So Ms. Morgan does an incredible job, and they have contingency plans. But it'd be nice to have that final number because we have things that are unfunded right now. That if we got more money, we would be able to work with the board and provide some recommendations for us. So at one of these meetings, I really do hope to update you and tell you we have a state budget and we have a final budget. I thank you for your work on the budget and the flexibility for allowing us to issue contracts and staff. It's a huge, I know there are school divisions right now that have not issued contracts, and I can't imagine being in that spot. So thank you for your support on that.
Well, thank you and Mr. Morgheim for your forward thinking in that direction.
Mr. Chair, if I may ask one
Sure,
question. Theoretically speaking, let's say they don't get a budget and it goes into the school year. Does it affect us in any way where if the government shut down, the schools aren't going to shut down, right?
But no, there are some consequences and potential. So we have some things that we'd like to do that we're just holding so that we can build a greater cushion. We'd like to, so we're being very cautious and optimistic. So some of the CIP transfer work tonight allows us to move forward without a state budget with money that we have in our CIP set aside. So, we have several different plans to keep things moving and keep things going. So I really hope we don't get to that point, but if we do, we'll navigate it. We're fortunate that the first day of school is not till August 24th. And, we have a little bit of time on that one. So.
Any further questions, concerns? Bless you.
No.
Ms. Davis, any citizens' comments? Okay, then we'll move on to action items. First item for approval is the textbook appropriation. Do I hear a motion?
A motion, we approve the textbook appropriation as presented.
Thank you. And is there a second?
Second?
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dabrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
and Mr. Ball.
Aye. All right, that passes. Approval of CIP transfer related to facilities. Do I have a motion to approve this CIP transfer?
Mr. Chair, I motion we approve the CIP transfer facilities as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
Mr. Ball.
Aye. Okay, that passes. Approval of CIP transfer for security grant. Do I hear a motion for that?
A motion to approve the CIP transfer for security grants as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
Mr. Ball.
Aye. The next item for vote is approval of CIP transfer for furniture. Do I hear a motion?
A motion to approve the CIP transfer for furniture as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
Mr. Ball.
Aye. Approval of federal programs grant application. Do I hear a motion?
I motion to approve the federal programs grant application as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
Mr. Ball.
Aye. And last but not least, approval of code of conduct review. Do I hear a motion?
A motion to approve the code of conduct review as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Ms. Stewart,
Aye.
Ms. Dombrowski,
Aye.
Ms. Cunha,
Aye.
Mr. Ball.
Aye. Okay, all items, action items have been approved by the board. We move to comments from each of the board members and superintendent. Mr. Reimer is not with us. Ms. Cunha.
I just want to wish everyone a wonderful summer, parents, students, enjoy, relax, have fun, make memories. Of course, some of the staff members are here all throughout the year, but you'll have hopefully a little slower pace. And I hope that you also take time to enjoy yourselves and make some wonderful memories.
Thank you. Ms. Dombrowski.
Want to thank everyone for the work that they've put in this year and have a good summer. Also just wanted to comment on the reading revolution that went into the schools. The kids were amazing, very excited and knew a lot of things. So I was very, very impressed.
Excellent. Ms. Stewart.
I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity to serve as your new District 1 board member and encourage everyone to support Team New Kent in athletics this weekend because we are going to the state.
That's right.
Thank you. Yeah, I would like to thank all my fellow board members for your patience as I have taken over my new role on the board. And Ms. Stewart, thank you for your service. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on the team as part of the team. And I just want to echo congratulations today for the boys baseball, young men's baseball, and young ladies softball teams, both victorious today. And I too wish you an amazing summer and thank the administration and staff for a stellar year. And we look forward to more excellence in education in the next coming year. Dr. Nichols.
Thank you, sir. As this is the last board meeting of our school year, I just want to thank the board for your service and work and thank the team that I get to work with. One of sort of the misnomers is that the summer is different. I mean, not different, but like slower, like for those of us that don't get to leave, this is probably more fast paced when we look forward to September, October. So we're often running on a lot of capital facility projects. So the middle school gym is being redone and I got a sneak peek today. It looks absolutely amazing. That's a capital improvement project that the board went forward with and already it's amazing. I'd like to try to finish. Um, I do want to close by just talking a little bit about the class of 2026. It's a bittersweet moment with them on the stage because we're kind of saying goodbye, but 240 members in the class of 2026. The board has heard this piece before the public. This class earned 2,856 college credits while in high school. Incredible. 17 of those students graduated with an associate's degree, 2 full years of college, or a uniform certificate of general studies, which is 1 full year of college. So huge savings for families and a real leg up for our students. They also earned over 300 industry and career credentials. So class of 240 is doing all of that. I'm excited about the big plans moving forward. So the class of 2030 is coming into the high school. By the time you get to that class, you can only imagine the records that we will break. So I do want to wish softball and baseball good luck as they go to the state semifinals. They both play at the same time, so you have to run back and forth the fields. Soccer, boys and girls are playing right now, hopefully getting to the state semifinals as well. And it's not lost on me as I enter year 8 as superintendent in New Kent and year 30 in education. What a privilege and a blessing it is to serve. So thank you, board members, for that opportunity, and I look forward to the new year.
Thank you, sir. Upcoming meetings, the next meeting of the school board will be a retreat work session on Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026, to be held at Providence Forge Presbyterian Church at 8 a.m. With that, our meeting is adjourned.
Well, call for it.
I didn't realize that was. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I know, this was pretty good. I don't know if it was the shortest, but I was pretty fun.
We did it.
The good one.
I mean, I'll let you know, especially. Yeah.
7:45, yes.
Thank you.
Nice to have you aboard. And what's your name again? Wilma English. Nice to meet you.
Wilma and Wanda, 2 amazing sisters. Thank you so much. Although I hold them responsible for my being on the board, there's sometimes.
We worked hard
Yes.
for all of them. Knocking doors. You did. Just to you.
You did. Thank you for coming.
I wanted.
We didn't have much of an audience, so
I
thank
know,
you.
but I wanted.
In the middle, down, just right there.
For the summer. And we want to see you at
Well,
Berkeley.
It's up here, Ms.
Oh, you should come
Left,
by.
two more thumbs.
Yeah.
I really enjoy, and this is a fun year
And I love that.
because I
Or
talk
maybe
about the
go keep going
250,
right
but
to
also we are